to tell you a story of a golden swan. Once a little swan in the pond of a village. She had golden feathers. Near that pond, a little girl lived with a grandmother. They were very poor and somehow managed to eat once in a day. The swan felt sorry for them. She thought, I should help them with my golden feathers. The woman can sell them and buy food with the money, so they don't have to starve. One day she went to see the woman in the hut. What is the swan doing inside the hut? She must be looking for food, but I have nothing to offer her. Thinking this, she started to drive the swan away. The swan stopped her, saying, I don't want anything. I have come to help you and the little girl. Take one feather from my body and sell it in the market. Spend the money to get some food for both of you. Remember to call me whenever you need money again. The woman jumped in happiness. She took a feather and looked at it surprisingly. It was really a golden feather. She sold it and earned a lot of money. When all the money was spent, she called the swan to her home. She asked for another feather, and Swan gladly gave to her. One day the woman thought, if this swan flies away someday, how will I get the feather? I will become poor again. She told the little girl that she wanted to take away all the feathers from the swan's body. She has been so helpful. You can't hurt her like that, the little girl said. But the woman had made up her mind. She brought the swan home and pulled out all the feathers. However, the feathers that she pulled out no longer remained golden. They all turned into ordinary feathers. The woman became sad. The swan flew away and never came back again. The moral of the story is excess greed brings nothing.
I am Mary Lima and I am going to tell you the story of the lion and the poor slave. A slave, well treated by his master, runs away to the forest. There he comes across a lion in a pain because of a thorn in his paw. The slave bravely cuts forward and removes the thorn gently. The lion, without hurting him, goes away. Some days later, the slave's master comes to hunting to the forest and catches many animals and cages them. The slave is spotted by the master's men who catch him and bring him to the cruel master. The master asks for the slave to be thrown into the lion's cage. The slave is waiting his death and the cage when he realizes that it is the same lion he had helped. The slave rescued the lion and all cage animals. The moral of the story is one should help others in need. We get the rewards of a helpful act and return.
Good evening, a short story for happiness. Once upon a time, there was a person coming to a new village, relocating, and he was wondering if he would like it there. So he went to a Zen master and asked, do you think I will like it in this village? Are the people nice? The master asked back. How were the people in the town where you came from? They were nasty and greedy. They were angry and lived for cheating and stealing, said the newcomer. Those are exactly the type of people we have in this village, said the master. A day later, another newcomer to the village visited the master and asked the same question, to which the master asked, how were the people in the town where you come from? They were sweet and lived in harmony. They cared for one another and for the land. They respect each other and they were seeked of sprite, he replied. Well, those are exactly the type of people we have in this village, said Master. You see in the life, in your life, whatever you see in the world will see in you. See hope, see good, see love, and the world will see the same in you. But if you only see the nasty and greedy part of people, that is what will see in you. So be good to the world, and the world will be good to you. Give love to the world, and the world will give love to you. Thank you. Be happy for every time.
Good morning to all. I am Nivet Anil of 8E. Today I am presenting a short story, The Boy and the Wolf. Once there was a boy who became bold when he watched over the village, sheep grazing on the hillside. To entertain himself, he sang out, "Wolf, wolf, the wolf is chasing the sheep." When the villagers heard the cry, they came running up the hill to drive the wolf away. But when they arrived, they saw no wolf. The boy was amused when seeing their angry faces. "Don't scream, wolf, boy," warned the villagers. When there is no wolf, they angrily went back down the hill. Later, the shepherd boy cried out once again, "Wolf, wolf, the wolf is chasing the sheep." To his amusement, he looked on as the villagers came running up the hill to scare the wolf away. As they saw there was no wolf, they said strictly, "Save your frightened cry, for when there really is a wolf, don't cry, wolf, when there is no wolf." But the boy grinned at their words while they walked grumbling down the hill once more. Later, the boy saw a real wolf sneaking around his flock. Alarmed, he jumped on his feet and cried out as loud as he could, "Wolf, wolf!" But the villagers thought he was fooling them again, and so they didn't come to help. At sunset, the villagers went looking for the boy who hadn't returned with their sheep. When they went up the hill, they found him weeping. "There really was a wolf here. The flock is gone. I cried out, 'Wolf,' but you didn't come," he wailed. An old man went to comfort the boy as he put his arm around him. He said, "Nobody believes a liar even when he is telling the truth. And here is the moral of the story. Lying breaks trust. Even if you are telling the truth, no one believes a liar." Thank you.
Hello everyone, myself Muhammad Aslam PN of Standard 9E. I would like to share with you an inspirational story, the story of a blind girl. There was a blind girl who hated herself purely for the fact she was blind. The only person she didn't hate was her loving boyfriend, as he was always there for her. She said to him that if she could only see the world, she would marry him. One day, someone donated a pair of eyes to her. Now she could see everything, including her boyfriend. Her boyfriend asked her, "Now that you can see the world, will you marry me?" The girl was shocked when she saw that her boyfriend was blind too and refused to marry him. Her boyfriend walked away in tears and later wrote a letter to her saying, "Always be happy in your life and just take care of my eyes, dear." Moral of the story: When our circumstances change, so does our mind. Some people may not be able to see the way things were before and might not be able to appreciate them. So, always respect others and appreciate their good deeds. Thank you.
I am Evelyn and Silva of Class 10B. I would like to begin by quoting the words of Barack Obama. Reading is important. If you know how to read, then the whole world opens up to you. Francis Bacon once quoted that reading makes a full man. It refers to the notion that by reading one is able to fill the mind with knowledge related to a variety of topics. Literature often enables a person to enter and explore territories which are very difficult to enter or explore in person. It expands the imaginative aspect of the mind by helping the reader to conceive ideas they might find foreign. By saying conference makes a ready man, Bacon implies that discussing with others helps to eliminate personal narrow-mindedness and biases, which often accompany a lack of foresight. Conversing with others involves listening to the potential benefits and pitfalls of a scenario. An open-minded person will take all of this into account, and this mental preparedness acts as a sturdy foundation for readying oneself and others for potential events. Writing, although inherently is a creative process, writing makes one to think about what he believes and what he wants to communicate. The same is true of using the right vocabulary. If the wrong word is utilized, the significance of what the writer is trying to convey will be diminished. Let me conclude by saying that Bacon's words should be taken up to heart because a man who never opens a book has a comparatively empty mind. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Abhishek P. of Standard 10B. Good books are storehouses of human knowledge and wisdom. Reading Day is celebrated on June 19. Reading nourishes the intellect and nurtures the imagination. It helps improve vocabulary and language skills. Subconsciously, new words are reabsorbed and one is able to use it effectively in their writing and speaking. Reading maketh a full man. It refers to the fact that reading and learning go hand in hand. One's language fluency determined by the quality of reading. Books never let go the reader's history. They make them wise and logical. We must endeavor to develop that fabulous habit of reading. Thank you.